Continuing your characteristics of kingdom Animalia, already we have done about the digestive system, and these are the characters. As I told you that they are the only comparative features. Okay, not found in all organisms. Either of these characters, on the basis of the system, either of the characters will be seen in the living organisms, right? So the characteristics of the kingdom Animalia members. This is what number it was. You can write out, and this is the next is. After the digestive system, respiratory system, the next system is circulatory system. So the features on behalf of this system that which have been taken are number one, on the basis of the structural, you can say arrangements that for the circulatory system, as if the blood vessels are present, then we call it as a closed circulatory system. Okay, so इसको classify किया गया है on the basis of its structural changes, the structural requirements have body के अंदर accordingly. So they have been you can say classified as either the closed circulatory system or open circulatory system. Open is present in the lower organisms, closed is found in the higher organisms. Closed is when the blood flows through the blood vessels. It is, we call it as the closed circulatory system. Blood vessels, that is arteries, veins, and capillaries, three forms of the blood vessels. So it is found in the higher organisms. Open circulatory system, as found in the arthropoda members, that are the cockroaches, insecta members. There are no particular blood vessels, but the blood, not actually the blood, usme blood bolte bhi nahi hai. It is a hemolymph or the hemolymph, that is basically the fluid of the body, right? That is flowing through the own cavities. Okay, तो वो अपनी ही बॉडी की फुल कैविटीज में से जो है वो फ्लो करता है, बट नॉट इन द क्लोज्ड वेसल्स, दैट इज नॉट इन द ब्लड वेसल्स. ठीक है, सो ओपन बॉडी कैविटीज के अंदर से ये फ्लो करता है, दैट इज नॉट इन द ब्लड वेसल्स, देन दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल इट एज द ओपन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम. ओके, सो इट फ्लोज थ्रू द बॉडी कैविटीज, दैट इज द portions you can say which are hollow in the structure, in the body cavities are present from those. ठीक है, sinuses बोलते हैं उसको हम, body cavities. The blood flows through the sinuses. Okay, so that is the open circulatory system. On the other hand, this is requiring the how many number of chambers. ठीक है, so number of chambers के हिसाब से इसको हम लोग classify कर सकते हैं. First write the criteria, that is depending upon the number of chambers. Chambers of what? That is the number of chambers of heart. Okay, so this is requiring the number of chambers of heart. The higher organisms like that of the fishes and all, they have been studied with the help of this vertebrates jitne bhi hain, that is classifying these into the various classes, that is made through the number of the chambers of the heart. That may be 2 chambers, that may carry 3 chambers, that may carry 4 chambers. Okay, so a 2-chambered heart is also seen in a few members. 2-chambered heart, that is having 1 auricle and 1 ventricle. Okay, a 2-chambered heart, that is the first feature. This is seen in the Pisces, class Pisces. Okay, that is of fishes. Okay, then there is 3-chambered heart are also possible. 3-chambered heart that may have 1 auricle, 2 of the ventricles, or 2 auricles, 1 of the ventricle. Okay, so mainly it is having 2 auricles and 1 ventricle. Okay, so this is the 3-chambered heart, and this is noticed in the members of amphibia and reptilia, class amphibia and reptilia. Okay, next is 4-chambered heart. The 4-chambered heart is having this chapter we have to study still, that is the body fluids and circulation humne karna hai, but the 4-chambered heart you know about. This is there in the humans, having 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, that is in the humans and aves. Okay, class aves, AVES, that is of birds, and class Mammalia. Okay, these two have the 4-chambered heart. The reptilia and amphibians have 3-chambered heart, and the Pisces, they have 2-chambered heart. So this is how further they have been classified according to the number of the chambers of the heart also. Okay, and whatever the conditions are according to the number of the chambers, whether it will result into the process of circulation as being single circulation or double circulation. So this is the third factor by which Depending upon the circulatory system, you can provide the characteristics also. This is on the behalf of the process which is involved within the living organisms. If it has two-chambered or three-chambered heart, means they are going to show single circulation. What is the single circulation? When the blood flows only once and it completes the whole heart. ठीक है? कैसे? अगर supposing two-chambered heart है, जैसे ये two-chambered heart है, this is auricle and ventricle, something like this. It's a two-chambered heart, right? The blood which has been coming into the heart that passes from the auricle, from the ventricle and leaves the heart at once. So this is a single circulation. Double circulation क्या होता है? अगर ये three-chambered heart भी है, जिसमें मैंने बोला कि there is two of the auricles and one ventricle. ठीक है? So say these are the two auricles and a common ventricle like this. ठीक है? So something like this is the structure of a three-chambered. ठीक है? The blood is flowing from one side, entering into the auricle, going into the ventricle, passing out from the other auricle. That is again at once only. The heart has been all covered with the blood. So this type of the circulation is called as single circulation. But what about the double circulation? When there is a four-chambered heart. So four-chambered heart, this involves the full septum, which is present over here, and then the ventricles that divides it into the four chambers. This is because the left and the right side is fully partitioned. That is why the blood enters into the left side of the heart, goes to the ventricle and leaves out from here only. Has it completed the heart? No. Again, the blood has to be passed on to the right side. From the other tissues, it passes on to the right side, goes to the ventricle, leaves out from the heart. So this is twice the blood passes out from the heart, completing one circulation. That is called as double circulation. This is called as double circulation. Okay. So depending upon the circulatory system, there are three further, you can say, features that which can be provided to the animals, to the Animalia members. Depending upon the process, they can be classified showing single circulation or double circulation. Depending upon the system, what type of the system do they carry? That is whether closed, having the blood vessels or not having the blood vessels open. Okay. And also depending upon the number of the chambers of the heart. Done. So this is about the circulatory system. Okay, the third system, that is the circulatory system. Okay. Coming to the next, that is the fourth system. It is the excretory system. Excretory. As the name says, again, this is going to be dealing with excretion, and we have already studied it. For the lower organisms, for the different types of organisms, we have already studied that what are the various organs which are involved. So first of all, depending upon the various organs, these can be classified. So the very first type of the organ seen in platyhelminths for excretion, that were flame cells. है ना? ये chapter में तो आप लोग पढ़ चुके हो. Platyhelminths, they have the flame cells, right? Advancing into the next group, that is the nematoda. Nematoda के अगला annelida. Annelids members के अंदर excretion के लिए special units होती हैं called as nephridia. For annelida members like earthworms, they have special organs called nephridia. Further, they have for arthropoda members. अगर हम उसके next annelids के next वाले group की बात करें, so there is a member of there is a group of arthropoda. Arthropoda members, as for excretion, they have special structures called as Malpighian tubules. Okay. And still higher organisms going up away from this, there are the organisms that which have the highly advanced structures for the removal of the waste called as kidneys. So these are the different organs, and still more can be the different organs which are involved for the excretion. Also, this can be classified on the basis of the product obtained, as you have already studied for the members like who are monotelic, ureotelic, uricotelic. So that is, they are having the, as an excretory product, they also have the uric acid, urea, ammonia added to the extra added to this waste which has been removed out from the body. Okay, so depending upon it, they have been further classified, that is uricotelic, ureotelic, monotelics, and the groups they have been classified according to this particular feature as well. Okay, that is the products. Right? So this is excretion. Next is, after this, there is nervous system. Nervous system is simple, that is, it is having nervous system भी आप पढ़ चुके हो. Nervous system में आप लोगों ने पढ़ा that there are higher organisms that do have the structures like that of the brain, CNS, है ना, brain and the spinal cord, that which are present as in the nervous system form, higher organism. But lower organisms, what do they have? They have the small, you can say bud-like structures which acts as for carrying the information and passing it on. So they are the ganglions. Okay. So ये buds जो present होते हैं body के अंदर, lower organisms के अंदर, उनको ganglions बोलते हैं, ganglion. Okay, so they are called as a ganglion. And furthermore, they can be having an advanced CNS and PNS type of features. That is brain and the spinal cord along with the nerves. Okay. So nerves present, neurons, structures associated. So ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन ये इतना सा difference आता है थोड़ा lower organisms and higher organisms में, where they can simply have the particular, you can say, responding to the stimuli and everything that which has been controlled in the low organisms and in the higher organisms. So as a part of CNS, you will write here, the brain is the major organ which acts specially for the nervous system. Okay, done. Now based upon the reproductive systems. Reproductive system, that is the male and the female. The organisms can be first classified as if they carry both male and the female. ये पहला feature है इसका. If they carry both the male and the female organism, the male and the female reproductive organs in the same organism, then they are called as bisexual or hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite is a term that we use in animals only, not in plants. Okay, that is, bisexual is a term used in plants as well, but hermaphrodite, it is HERMAPHRODITE. ठीक है, hermaphrodite. Bisexual या hermaphrodite बोलते हैं उन organisms को जिनमें male female same body में होते हैं, जैसे for example are the Annelida members. ठीक है, nephridia वाले members, Annelida, earthworm, उसके अंदर male female organ, reproductive organs same body के अंदर है. So they are bisexual or hermaphrodites. Done. If they are separately present, then the organisms are called as unisexual. Okay. If they are separately present, the organisms are called as unisexual. That is, the two of the reproductive organs are present in the two of the different bodies. Okay, not in the same organism, but to the different organisms. Okay. So firstly, depending upon the reproductive organs, ये सारा reproductive system के basis पे करना है अभी. So first is depending upon the organs where they are present, they can be classified as this, right? Further is now how the reproduction is taking place, means whether it is going to have the fertilization inside the female's body or outside the female's body. Universally, there are the females, those who give rise to the new organism, but exceptions are still there. Okay, it's bio, exceptions are still there. So in this, the further feature, that is depending upon the reproduction, यहाँ पे आप इसको categorize कर ही लो. This is on the basis of reproductive system. Okay, that what we are studying now further. Okay, having both the reproductive systems in one and in the separate bodies, right? So this is bisexual and unisexual. Coming to the next is fertilization. So fertilization, whether it takes place within the body of the humans, females, okay, within the body. If it is taking place within the body, it is internal. But in the lower organisms, they may also show external fertilization. As for the fishes, they lay their eggs in the water and the water medium that acts as for the fertilization, right? So it can be external fertilization or internal fertilization, as in humans. Higher organisms showing the advanced feature, internal fertilization. Depending upon the fertilization also happens the development. अब development के basis पे दो तरीके से हम आगे organisms को feature देते हैं. That is, first is on the basis of whether the development is taking place within the body or outside the body. Okay. For example, if the fertilization has been taking place like external, then there is the development that has been like fertilization जो है वो internal हो गया, लेकिन after laying the egg, which is a fertilized egg, there can be the development which is external also. But in the humans, both fertilization and development is internal only. Okay. So both ways, this can also be categorized as external development or internal development. एक्सटर्नल डेवलपमेंट भी कुछ ऑर्गेनिजम्स में देखने मिलती है जो बाहर होती है, बॉडी से बाहर. ठीक है, जैसे एग्स ले करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल रेप्टिलिया मेंबर्स, स्नेक्स एंड ऑल, वो क्या करते हैं, दे शो द डेवलपमेंट एज आउटसाइड, है ना, दे फर्दर अंडरगोज द डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस आउटसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म, and internal is when it is inside the body. Now dependingly they are also classified on the basis of the development as to show the direct development or indirect development. Okay, so this is one feature of development. Another says it can be direct development or indirect development. अब ये क्या है, डायरेक्ट का मतलब है सीधा ही इंटरमीडिएट स्टेज नहीं आना कोई भी बीच में, सीधा ही वन स्टेज है, एग स्टेज, फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ, डेवलपमेंट हुआ, न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म बन गया. ठीक है, और जो फर्टिलाइजेशन का रिजल्टेंट हुआ, जैसे एम्ब्रियो के बाद एक फीटस बनता है ह्यूमंस में, है ना, तो फीटस और एडल्ट दोनों सेम फीचर्स वाले होंगे, तो दैट इज डायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट. दोनों सेम होते हैं. ठीक है, फीटस के अंदर जो फीचर्स है वही सेम टू सेम एडल्ट में रहेंगे. वो बात अलग है कि डेवलपमेंट होगी बाद में, है ना, लेकिन फीचर्स वही होते हैं. ऐसा कुछ एक्स्ट्रा फीचर ऐड तो नहीं होता बाद में, है ना. तो दैट इज डायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट. इनडायरेक्ट इज व्हेन इट इंक्लूड्स सर्टेन लार्वल स्टेजेस. लार्वे बीच में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, जैसे कॉकरोचेस हैं या बटरफ्लाइज हैं, है ना, आर्थ्रोपोडा मेंबर्स. अब यहाँ पे क्या है, दे आर हैविंग द वन स्टेज दैट ऑफ eggs they undergo the development forming a caterpillar in the butterflies. देखा है सबने, caterpillars they are totally different from the adult butterfly. Caterpillars wingless, having legs, having the multiple segmented body, है ना, crawling on the leaf surfaces, है ना, तो ऐसा. And this is the adult is having the wings which can fly, right, having the long legs, they had the short legs, these have long legs, है ना, and they are not always fixed onto the surface, they can fly off, right. So कितना डिफरेंस है. तो ऐसी जो बीच में एक इंटरमीडिएट स्टेज आ जाए जहां जिसको हम लार्वा बोल सकते हैं, जो एक एडल्ट से बिल्कुल डिफरेंट होगी फीचर्स में, तो उसको लार्वल स्टेजेस के आने को, उस डेवलपमेंट को हम बोलते हैं इनडायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट. ठीक है, कॉकरोचेस में लार्वे को बोलते हैं निम्फ्स, है ना, निम्फ, दे आर द लार्वे, दे आर द यंगर स्टेजेस ऑफ द कॉकरोचेस बिफोर द एडल्ट. ठीक है, तो देयर इज 13 टाइम्स मोल्टिंग होती है, 13 टाइम्स ये अपनी फीचर्स चेंज करते हैं, एंड फाइनली दे लीड टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ फुल फ्लेज्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म दैट इज एन एडल्ट कॉकरोच. ठीक है, सो दैट इज इनडायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट. इनडायरेक्ट मतलब दे इंक्लूड द इंटरमीडिएट स्टेजेस, दैट इज इनडायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट. ओके, now depending upon the development it has been internal development, external, direct and indirect. Okay, so that is on the development, fertilization. Now as a result of the fertilization and the development further, this may also give rise to the new organisms of the new generation, that is after undergoing the fertilization, whether the parental organism is going to lay the eggs or give birth to the young one, depending upon that also. So this is again based upon the reproduction only, है ना, reproductive system के basis पे कर रहे हैं हम ये सारे. So this is you can write for the new generation. ठीक है, development of new generation, development of new generation or giving rise to the new generation. It can be oviparous or it can be viviparous, right. Oviparous are the organisms that which lays eggs, and viviparous are the organisms that which gives birth to the young ones, right. Oviparous and viviparous. Then ovi are those which lays the eggs, and vivi are those that which gives birth to the young ones directly, as in humans, right. And before that there are all oviparous. Birds भी oviparous है, जो रेप्टिलिया हैं, एम्फीबिया हैं, दे आर ऑल ओविपेरस, ठीक है. दे आर गिविंग not they are not giving birth to the young one directly. The young one is formed later on as from the eggs of the birds. The birds they hatch out, है ना. तो आप लोगों ने देखे. So they are the eggs which are laid by them. So all the members except mammalia. There are certain exceptions in mammalia also which are not viviparous. They are oviparous. But exceptionally वो हटा के बाकी सारे ग्रुप्स मेमेलिया से पहले वाले जितने भी ग्रुप्स हैं वो सब में अगर फीचर है ये गिविंग बर्थ टू द यंग वन या लेइंग एग वाला, तो इट इज लेइंग एग ओनली, दैट इज ओविपेरस. ठीक है. आप आगे जैसे जैसे इसके फीचर्स पढ़ोगे यू विल बी आल्सो कमिंग थ्रू द एडवांसमेंट ओनली. दैट इज वी हैव टू study the whole chapter in the form of the advancements. What advancements are coming in the next week? Okay, only then it will be easy for you people to learn it, right? So lastly, this is after this there is also the skeletal system. ये हो गया circulatory, excretory, reproductive, and now nervous also. And now the next is a skeletal system. Okay. So depending upon the skeletal system, there is the exo and the endoskeletons. Right. So skeleton system, दो terms आप यहाँ पे भी सुनोगे इसमें. That is depending upon the skeleton system. It is endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Endoskeleton and exoskeleton. As the name says, endo means inner side. Inner, how it is formed. The body may be formed of cartilages, may be formed of bones or formed of both. Cartilaginous endoskeleton हो सकता है, bony endoskeleton हो सकता है, या दोनों, है ना. As in us, we have both cartilaginous as well as bony. In fishes, they are different. Cartilaginous fishes are separate, different than the bony fishes. ठीक है. दो ग्रुप्स यहाँ पे आप पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. Osteochetes and chondrochetes, they are the groups of the fishes. ठीक है. Which are cartilaginous and the bony, right? Cartilaginous are different ones. So cartilaginous and bony. ठीक है. तो ये अलग fishes की forms में यहाँ पे इसको पढ़ोगे, right? Then coming to the next is exoskeleton. ये हो गया endo. Endo means या तो ये या दोनों. ठीक है. Present होंगे inside the body of the organism. Coming to exo. Exo means outer skeleton. Outer skeleton, as in the fishes, it is made up of the scales, which are still different from those of amphibians and reptiles. ठीक है. Reptiles के अंदर जो scales होते हैं, they are dry scales. Amphibians, they have the moist scales, and these fishes, they have the still different types of the scales, which you will be again studying in the chondrochetes and osteochetes group. ठीक है. जो आपको करवाने आगे fishes के groups, तो उनमें आपको अलग तरह के scales जो हैं वो भी पढ़ाए जाएंगे. ठीक है. They are in the different groups. Okay. And and then coming to the higher organisms, अगर हम birds की तरफ जाएं, उनसे भी higher जाएं, scales different types के पता लग गया ना, dry scales, moist scales, ऐसी चीजें. Then exoskeleton can also be made up of feathers, जैसे birds में है. ठीक है. feathers exoskeleton. As in humans, it is that of hairs, nails. In rhinoceros, it's horns, है ना. तो ये सारी चीजें, hairs, nails, ये सब चीजें क्या हैं? They are making the exoskeleton. So these are the structures that which forms the exoskeleton in different organisms. Endo can be cartilaginous or bony or both. Okay. So these are the features. I think we have covered all the list of features. If something will still be a new thing for you in the upcoming groups when we'll be doing the phyla from tomorrow, I think we'll be possibly starting with the phylums. And बेटा बीच में कोई टॉपिक्स में कोई ऐसा कोई नया करेक्टर आता है, then surely I'll be explaining it. But till then, you please finally figure out all these headings and the subheadings. What do they mean? ठीक है. जैसे अगर मैं वर्ड यूज करती हूँ से डायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट या इनडायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट, you should know what is indirect development. ठीक है. Time and again, we are not going to describe it now throughout the chapter. The ones which have already described, they will be just listed up, and the new ones I'll be teaching you. Okay. So till then, that is by tomorrow. Tomorrow period you are having still same at the same time. So till then, you kindly finish up with all these concepts of the characteristics. right? If I'm using the term triploblastic, that should be clear to you what is triploblastic. That should just click into your mind. Yes, she's talking about triploblastic and this is triploblastic. Okay, so like this, you will be having the good idea only. Then this will be a chapter like you will be revising it side by side also. So it will be easy for you people to learn it. Okay. So any questions to anyone? Today's time is also going to be over. Anything you want to ask? Yes. Related to this chapter, anything you want to ask? From the characteristics of Animalia, which we have discussed till now?